Life without your connection is actually quite boring, because when you look around and there's just a bunch of physical stuff, there's just a bunch of bodies, there's just a bunch of locations, and everyone's kind of just moving around. And then every generation there's those who think about it. They look around at their physical surroundings and they try to understand, and they come up with stories and theories about what the bigger picture is, because there has to be something more. So they answer it. And it doesn't really matter how you rationalize it in your mind about this understanding about what there is out there and whatever your theory is, as long as you realize that feeling good feels good, and that feeling good is doing something good for you, and then all of your effort then is to go in that direction of feeling good in any given moment, then it will always work for you. And so you really are where you are. You can't be anywhere else, which is it's annoying, but what can you really do? That's the attitude that really works with law of attraction. Because when you just say, you know what, I can't really do much about anything, you just let go of the oars. You let go of the oars, and law of attraction can move you now. And law of attraction is like, okay, you're not resisting anything, so we can help you out. So here you are, right? And you're just like, I am where I am. And here's the thing, where you are is the only place that you can be, so it has to be okay. And where you are is a result of your vibration. So think about it. Has following the mindset that many humans are following, where has it really gotten you? Has it gotten you anywhere really that anywhere special or significant? And that's what's so funny, because action can't take you that far. When you're manifestation oriented, when you're goal oriented, when you're productivity oriented, you don't get that very far, because all of your leverage is on your energy and your own action. So you put all of your action into the mix, and you don't factor in this energy that creates world. You don't factor in this like sort of magical energy. You don't factor in well-being. So then you're on the bleeding edge. You're depending way too much on your effort, and then you only have so many hours in the day. You have so many physical limitations, and there's only so much that you can really do to get things done. And then so you just live a life of mediocrity. And then we're here and we're like, you don't need to do that. You don't need to live a life of mediocrity. You don't need to just look at reality and then just react to it and then be glum and be sad and just cope with whatever you have, because this is not about coping. When you really understand the laws of the universe, you don't have to cope with reality. You don't even have to put up with reality. You just have to make peace with it, and then you can go off in your mind and create a new reality that you love more. And then the law of attraction doesn't know the difference between if the reality you're thinking about is the one you're seeing, or the reality you're thinking about is the one that you're thinking about. And so it will match you up with whatever you're a match to. And so what you're a match to can be anything. What you're a match to can be anything, but most of the times what you're a match to is what you're seeing with your eyes, what you're observing, your current reality. So you look at it and you get more of it, which is so boring. That is such a recipe of boring. And here on this channel, we don't do boring. What we do is we do thrilling. We don't live a life of just mediocrity. We live a life of thriving, of prosperity, of abundance, because everything we want, everything you want, everything we want it's already. And so we say, just look for the connection, because life without connection is so boring, because it's like literally it's like seeing life without colors, and this connection is colors. And when we say, and so it's really in your best interest to not be manifestation oriented at all, because when you're manifestation oriented, you're like, okay, I'm gonna do the work, and then you get into the attitude of like, well, is it here yet? Is it here yet? Is it here yet? Is it here yet? So you get ready, you're feeling good, and you're like, is it here yet? Is it here yet? And every time you say, is it here yet? Guess what? You're not ready for your manifestation. You're not a match to it. And then so when you're manifestation oriented, you short circuit yourself. You only can get so far before you get burnt out and tired, and then you reconsider what you're doing. You reconsider your approach, and then you start blaming people. You start blaming it on yourself, and you're not nice to yourself, and then you're not in the receiving mode. And it's just an annoying pattern. It's an annoying cycle that you really don't have to worry about anymore, because it's just about the connection. You want all of your desires for the connection. You want the money. You want everything for a certain feeling. Truly, when you really think about it, when you push all the daydreams aside, and when you push the images in your mind that you have about all the things that you want, and you really get down to the nitty-gritty vibrational emotion, when you put it into emotional words, you realize that everything is just for a feeling. And guess what? You can achieve that feeling right now. And that feeling is your connection. The feeling you want is your connection. The satisfaction you would feel if you would have $1 billion right now in your bank account, it would be so satisfying. And that satisfaction truly has more to do with your connection than your billions that you see in your bank account. That's crazy. That's so crazy. How you feel is more about how you feel is only about what you're doing in relationship to your inner being. It's about this relationship. It's not really about what you're seeing at all. But that's what we mean. You make it so much about what you're seeing, so you don't really tap into the power. But we're saying push everything aside. It's like if there's a table, push everything off the table, and just on the table only put you and your connection to your inner being, connection to source energy. Because here's the thing. you can't have the billions right now, but you can have the connection. And when you have the connection, that's it. You've got the recipe. You've gotten the vibrational balance thing down. And when you have the vibrational balance thing, because here's the thing about reality it's so annoying. And it's like, it's not annoying, but it's hilarious. Reality will always challenge you. Reality will never be the way you want it to be, because you didn't. It's because you think that when you're connected, you're not gonna have any contrast. You're not gonna have anything bad things happen to you. And so when you're in the connection and then something bad happens to you, you're like, I must be doing something wrong then, because I must not be the right connection. Because if I was in the right connection, then this wouldn't happen to me. And then what we say is, well, when you came to this body, you weren't scared of contrast. You weren't scared of bad things happening to you. In fact, that's actually why you came, because you realize that you would find your perspective, you would find your balance a lot more quickly. You didn't think that you would get so off balance from the contrast that you were living so much that it would take you days to get back into connection. And even if you understood from your non-physical standpoint before you even got into this physical body that even if you did lose your connection, you can never really lose your connection, because you could always re-emerge back into this non-physical self, and you could just fully be who you were. So you always have that plan going for you, and things are always working out for you. But if you can't perceive your manifestations, because you're not tuned to that frequency. And what we're saying is that the reason why that is because you get in the vortex, you do the work, you say your positive aspects, you do your affirmations, and then you look at reality. And then reality is not quick enough to include the manifestation that you're working so hard to vibrationally get into tune with. So then you know what you do? You declare it a flop. You declare a failure. You say, I must be doing something wrong. And we say, no, you're not doing something wrong. It's just a process. What you want is so real that there's a word for it. It's a vibrational reality. It's real. But your vibrational reality, you can't see it yet, because it's still in the pre-manifestation era. It's still pre-manifestation. It's like the seed that you put in the ground. It's there. It's a real reality. It's so tangible, you might as well call it tangible. It is a tangible reality, but you just can't see it. So you know what? You just have to get over the disappointment of the absence. You just have to get over it. You have to get over it, because you're a creator. It's like you're just a creator. You're a creator. You have to get over the absence. You're the creator. You can create a new reality. But as long as the absence is bothering you, then you cannot create. You can't create, because the absence, guess what? The disappointment about the absence will have you stuck in the same place for years, and all of eternity for that matter. Because disappointment is not an emotion that you want to foster. You want to go general. You want to soothe yourself. You want to remind yourself, I'm the creator, and that it's not here right now, but who cares? That doesn't mean I'm a bad creator. It just means that I just wasn't doing my best. And I wasn't doing my best. Who cares? I don't even need an explanation. It just was like that. It happened, whatever. Who cares? Let me move forward. Let me find that connection again. And then when you find that connection, oh my God, you see your life differently. Your life is different, because you think that when you find the connection, you can go off in some cave and just meditate forever, and that's your life. No. That's not what your connection is. That may be what the connection appears to be. And when we say appears to be, you're used to hearing enlightenment. You're used to hearing connection. But what we mean by connection, we mean alignment with source energy. And guess what source energy is doing? Source energy is thinking about everything that you want. Source energy loves all of your desires. Source energy wants you to be a billionaire. In fact, source energy is a billionaire because of you. But the vibrational reality is just a lot faster than the physical reality, because the physical reality needs time. There's physics, but in this time and space, we're bound by that. But in a vibrational reality, we're not bound by anything. It's vibration. It happens. It happens as soon as you. It's like, as soon as you can snap your fingers, it's there. But it's just not in the form that you want it to be. So get over not being able to see it right now. You have to get over it. You just have to realize that everything that you want is for the feeling, and you can find that feeling now, and that feeling is your connection. And when you find your connection, you have the vibrational balance. And this vibrational balance, it just feels so good. It feels like satisfaction. It feels like bliss. It feels like ease. It feels like flow. It feels like fun. And then you just enjoy this connection. You're like, I don't even care if it comes or not. I don't even care if what I want comes or not, because I'm having so much fun in this connection. I'm satisfied with this moment, and I'm just so ready for what comes next. That's the best stance to have. That's the best vibrational stance. I'm satisfied with this moment, and I'm excited to see how this all unfolds. But for now, I'm satisfied. For now, I'm in my vortex, and for now, I'm complete. I'm good. I'm complete. I'm not looking for my manifestations anymore. I have the biggest manifestation, the emotional one. I feel good, and I'm complete.